It's time to get you a check of the forecast, so we're going to start by looking at the camera that sits at the Hilton down in Marco Island. You can see the moon setting there, and we've got a little bit of haze out there. If you've been out and about here this morning, there is some patchy fog, but it's not much. As we look at the radar, a cold front's going to take that humidity right out of here this afternoon, and you can see that cold front showing up on the radar. Now, as it moves through here today, we've got just an isolated chance to pick up a shower. We're talking around 10%. This line's going to break apart pretty quickly, and right now you can see that moving through Sarasota. Out ahead of it, one little shower there near Cape Hayes in the coastal regions of Charlotte County, and we'll stop this around 11. That front's going to start to move through, and watch that line of showers break apart there by 1, and quickly by 5 o'clock the rain chance gets out of here, and our temperatures are going to go from the low to mid 70s right now along the coastline up to about 85 before that front rolls through. And this morning we are waking up a little bit warmer, especially there along the coastline. But let's look at the winds. They're calm now, but I'm going to use those same timelines there of 11 and 1, and you can see by 11 the wind's starting to gust up to 20 miles per hour for Port Charlotte and Arcadia. That front's going to continue to move through, and by 5 o'clock the winds are going to be established out of the northeast, bringing in that cooler, drier air. So as I mentioned, we'll be up in the mid 80s before the front cools us off, and then overnight tonight. Now remember, this week we hit 90 degrees there in the afternoon, and we're finally going to get back to or just below our averages. Our average is 62 in Fort Myers. We've got 60 on the map with some mid to upper 50s, and unfortunately we start to warm up pretty quickly into the weekend and early next week. Now, as far as the tropics, we've got Tropical Storm Sarah to our south. This is a best case scenario of how this is developed for us here in southwest Florida, but unfortunately very, very heavy rain for Honduras and eventually Belize and the Yucatan of Mexico. The proximity to land and the broad nature here of Sarah is going to keep this from intensifying. That land interaction is not only going to keep this a tropical storm, but it's also going to eventually dissipate this system. Let me show you the changes that happened late last night with the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. This is the latest advisory, and with that center being right there hugging the coastline of Honduras and moving west, the land interaction, once it gets to Belize and right there over the Yucatan of Mexico, the National Hurricane Center is now calling for this to dissipate overnight Sunday into early Monday morning. However, the tropical moisture associated with this could get drawn into a cold front and bring us a better chance of rain on Wednesday as that front moves through. Just to give you an idea what that land interaction looks like, this is a cold front that's going to move through us on Friday. That's what's blocking Sarah from lifting to the north and pushing it into Central America, allowing it to dissipate. And you can see the interaction just taking a toll on a very weak system. So this is what it all looks like in the 7-day forecast. Our temperatures are going to be at the coolest tomorrow morning, and then we're going to stay in the low 80s, just above our average of 81. We get warmer ahead of the next front. There's your showers. There's much cooler temperatures by Thursday.